Chiefs have sucked since 2019? Are that what we're getting into?
I'ma give them what they want. She gon' give me what I want. I'ma give them what they want.
All right, what's happening? We back. You fucking with that one now? All right, okay, very well. What's happening? DJ Roy, what's good with you? My boy Snow.
Yep.
Welcome back to the What They Want podcast.
Yep.
Special guest in the building. We got Suntero in here.
Yep.
How you doing today, man?
Doing good, man. Doing real good.
Yeah, that's good to hear. Good to hear. Thanks for joining us tonight.
Thank you for having me.
A little technical difficulty, but
Yeah,
we're getting
what's
it right.
happening,
We're
man?
getting it
What's
right.
good with y'all, man? We good? Everybody good?
Everybody
Good.
great, man. Great. Let's start this off, man. How's your week? How's everybody's week? Good.
Fucking fantastic.
Fantastic. See, that's what I'm saying. Man, I saw my son on Halloween. I feel like my week and everything's been great so
I'm
far.
trying to think what the fuck done happened this week.
It went by like this. I think so. Mine did at least.
Yeah, I got hit with some
Well, it's only
bullshit.
Tuesday, so.
Yeah, so
Oh,
what
this-
part of the week we talking? That's what I'm saying. Like, damn, man, has it been a
Oh,
week?
man.
Shit, what the
Well,
fuck we talking about?
Well, last week, goddammit. How was everybody's last week? I mean, I haven't just
Halloween
seen.
was
This is the
good.
first time I'm seeing this dude ever. So I don't know what his last week was or what Monday. How was Monday?
Monday was good.
Monday was good.
Chiefs won. So.
Yeah, there we go. That's
Yeah, you a Chiefs fan?
Hell yeah, I'm a
Good,
Chiefs fan.
Good. Born
I
and
mean, I'm
raised here?
drinking Kelsey's beer, so.
You could be an Eagles fan.
Well, that's
Oh,
true.
yeah, that's true, too.
I like
Born,
the
you
Eagles.
born and raised here in Kansas
Born and
City?
raised in Kansas City.
All right.
Okay.
What part of Kansas City?
So I love to say this. I was raised in the hood, but I grew up in the suburbs.
Where is the
Where?
hood and where is the
Yeah,
suburbs?
where?
Where is this?
So
I'm getting to a point here with this.
So, on my mom's side, they were from 23rd Street and Cesar Chavez, Kansas City. So, west side.
West side.
And I grew up out in the burbs. Grew up in Leawood.
Leawood.
Yeah,
That's
so it was
So down the street, a
definitely-
little bit down the street.
A little bit down the street.
Leewood?
So when I
From
when
where
I,
he was from?
No, from here.
when I went to go see, when I went to see my cousins, I was
said
the
from
white
here.
boy. I was the white boy. I was the white cousin.
Mm,
I'd come in with like my Kurt Cobain shirts and they just didn't understand it.
valid.
Are you white?
I'm not white.
I'm about to say, I was like, I don't think we're. Yeah,
No, I'm not white.
I'm white. But
We know.
I do though consider myself a coconut.
Okay,
Coconut?
I get it. Brown on the outside, white on the inside.
Yeah,
I
just
get
because
you.
I'm not that good
got
with Spanish.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
that's-
Yeah. No,
Well, so my only reason asking about where you're from is that you're a Chiefs fan, obviously. So you're born and raised here.
Yeah.
Grew up a Chiefs fan.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people around here, born and raised, ain't fucking left the area. And for some reason, they're not a Chiefs fan. I don't get it.
I don't either.
It's fucking weird.
It is extremely weird.
It ain't fucking weird. It's not. The
I'm
Chiefs have
not-
sucked since 2019.
The Chiefs have sucked since 2019. Are that what we're getting into?
That's what
The
what
Chiefs
it has.
the Chiefs have sucked since 2019. That's your argument.
That's when they got good. That's it. Sorry. I know this is his episode and all, but hey, no. This is another episode between me and you. The Chiefs have not been good your entire life.
When have the Panthers been good?
When? We were undefeated in 2015.
1 year.
Oh my God. No. 2005, 2003. We've had a lot more winning seasons than y'all had.
Sure about that?
Well, possibly.
Yeah, possibly.
We've only been around for 30 years. You guys have been around since Leatherhead helmets.
Nah.
Get the fuck out of here.
Nah.
No. Whatever. This is a whole
Since the
other
60s.
episode. But yeah, back to that. Like, I'm not a Chiefs fan. You know, I like them, but it's not somebody that I'm a fan of.
Weird. The shit's weird. You from here. That
don't
shit's
matter.
weird.
It don't matter. I like the Royals. I like Sporting KC. I like the freaking Monarchs. I like the Mavericks. It's not really big on
I mean, yeah,
Chiefs.
there's some people that are huge in the Broncos, and they're from here.
It's weird.
It is
Yeah,
weird.
It's
that's
fucking
weird. It is-
weird.
That's weird.
No, dude.
You're a
the Chiefs
Bronco
weren't always
fan
good.
or a fucking so
Here,
you only
hold
gotta
on,
be
hold on,
you
hold
only
on.
gotta be a fan of
Hold on,
somebody who's
hold on.
good?
No.
Right. That
No,
doesn't make
no,
sense.
no,
That
no,
doesn't make
no.
sense to me at
I
all.
like their colors. I love my favorite color is blue, sky blue for that reason. So I've liked that. Their logo has been way better than a fucking arrowhead. that they constantly every year try to change because they say it's disrespecting the Indian culture. So there we go.
I'm glad you're socially aware to the Indian cultures of America.
I am not. I'm just saying, like, I mean, there's
indigenous
Redskins
cultures,
and now
they
there's a
relate with
Commanders and then there's a football team at one point. So it's like, and then the Indian and then now it's the Guardians. So you figure out your cup of tea. But I don't do no whole, arrowhead chop shit. I don't
Tomahawk
do that.
chop and get it straight. But
I don't give a fuck what it is. The thing is I don't do this. This doesn't make any sense to me. But
it's literally a tomahawk chopping something.
yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and just say keep pounding. That's me all day.
Y'all are definitely pounding right now.
We're gonna do it.
I mean,
Yeah,
well, yeah.
these are Chiefs fans over here. You're,
I don't listen.
That's my boy.
Listen. Okay. Let's ask this. I know we've went completely off track on this, but I want to know this, and both of y'all can tell me this.
Okay.
What was the last first-round draft pick as a quarterback from the Chiefs, besides Patrick Mahomes?
Derek Jeter.
The Yankees?
I was like, what? I was like, wait a minute, did he get drafted to the Chiefs? Where the fuck have I been? I was confused as fuck for a second.
Yeah, go ahead.
Let's see, first round draft pick for a quarterback.
Yep. Do you know?
I don't know.
What do you mean? Y'all are Chiefs fans, man. Mr. Hoola. What the? Come on. What you think over there, Daniel? You said you're a Chiefs fan too. Go ahead. Don't do your research either. You gotta tell me.
I'm trying to think back when it was.
Why does it matter? That's my question.
Because if you're really a Chiefs fan, you would know.
Why? What is that? Where's your scale? Who told you that?
Who told me what?
So
How I know
that's
it?
It matters that you know every person that was ever drafted.
here's all the first round draft picks right here.
No. I'm not saying that. I'm saying most Chiefs fans that claim that they're Chiefs fans cannot name the last quarterback besides Patrick Mahomes that was drafted in the first round.
Okay, who was it?
Tyler Breckenridge. He was drafted over Dan Marino in 1983.
Yeah.
Laces out.
But I'm not a Chiefs fan.
Laces out.
So with you saying that, what is your point there? Just because I don't
Because
you don't know.
He's a better Chiefs fan than all of us. Is what he's proven.
No, I'm just saying I know my stuff, but most fans, most people in Kansas City don't even know that. They're like, Patrick Mahomes. I'm like, besides Patrick Mahomes, name one quarterback that was good for the Chiefs. Patrick Mahomes. That's not it.
You didn't change that one quarterback that was good for the Chiefs, or the last person who was drafted first round. What are we getting at here?
No, first round. Because first of all, you didn't know that. Second of all, you don't know a quarterback besides what good quarterback for the Chiefs?
Alex Smith, Trent Green, Lynn Dawson. What are you talking about?
Len Dawson was
Who?
fantastic.
Okay, other Lynn Dawson.
Bro, Leatherhead helmets. Gas was like 10 cents a gallon.
You're getting off topic here. What does that matter?
I'm talking about evolution of the game. Like, what are you talking about?
So because the evolution of the game is here now, that doesn't mean he wasn't good?
No.
What? That's like saying Walter Payton isn't one of the best running backs ever. Because now they're passing the ball instead of running the ball. Make it make sense.
I mean, it doesn't need to make sense.
It's like the
It's
evolution.
just
What do you mean
old.
It's like the
Listen.
evolution. It's just like the
Regardless of the thing is,
Man.
it's like my team was around in '95 when we came around. The Panthers were. So like there was fucking helmets. There was all types of rules, all types of that was around. Your team's been around since monkeys walked on Earth. And I'm joking. I know she's looking at me like that. But the thing is that you guys have been along a lot longer, and you guys have had what, 4 championships? Is it? No.
4.
Yeah, 4. Yeah, yeah. Because the rest you've won with Patrick Mahomes, but other than that, you've won one with Len Dawson. That's it.
Okay.
That's it. And how long have y'all been around? Here, look that up.
How
long has the Chiefs been around?
So Super Bowls matter, right? Going to the Super Bowl or winning the Super Bowl, which one matters? I want to get to a.
No, because I know what your next point is.
I want to get to.
He didn't jump on the football. That's it. Cam Newton did not jump on the football.
I'm not going. I just want to get
This
to
is another episode.
Is it going to the Super Bowl or winning Super Bowl? What makes you a good team?
Before Patrick Mahomes, did you go to a Super Bowl?
Yeah, what are you talking about?
When?
In the 60s. We went to the first one and the fourth one. What are you talking about?
Bro, you weren't even in your dad's scrotum at that time.
It doesn't matter.
Like, the thing is, bro,
It doesn't
like, that's
matter.
so long time ago. But
So history of a team doesn't matter?
You're really good now, though. That's really
you're
all
good.
that
You're
matters.
good now, but
So,
like
no. History of the
you
team
didn't-
doesn't matter?
no,
Why doesn't it?
because it doesn't matter.
Why doesn't it? It goes down in the record books.
Whatever. I'm not gonna go on. Could be a whole evergreen between me and you about fucking Chiefs and Panthers. Like, I don't care about that shit. The Cavs are 8-0. Where's your team?
The Panthers are
Said
under.
what-
The Panthers are under 500 all time though.
All time?
Yeah, 215 to 259.
Yeah, they've only been around for 30 years.
Whereas the Chiefs have
Meaning?
played 983 games, and they are at 547%. So if we go just by percentages, they're at a better percentage of win ratio.
and
Win
they've
loss
also
ratio.
been around on the.
No percentages
That's
doesn't matter
years.
about longevity.
That's just years. That's just years they've been around.
Whatever.
We can do the last 30 years if that's the case to make it even.
Look. Fuck the Chiefs. But the thing is,
Okay.
regardless, back on track is.
Back on track.
Yeah, I like the wristband you have. Really nice. But yeah.
Threw him for a
It's
tangent,
cool.
like a 6-minute tangent. You just
Yeah,
see what
well,
happens, man. He gets
that's what
fired
happens
up.
at the podcast, man. Like they just just like I don't like Topeka, he likes Topeka. But the thing is with that, so tell us a little bit about yourself beyond where you're from and your favorite freaking Chiefs or favorite teams, because that went on a whole tangent. But tell us a little bit about yourself, your music, and what you make, and who inspired you to do it all.
All right. Well,
I know that's a loaded question, but it's better than talking about the Chiefs and Panthers.
I've been making music seriously since 2005. So I was a senior in high school. I had a one-man band. I went under the name Rosemantic. Did that for a few years. Rosemantic. Got a pretty big following. And then in college, I started the Voice Issue and kind of continued that. Played a lot of local shows. Did that for a good, solid 5 years. And then I switched to Swing the Lights. Ended up changing my name again. At that point, it was mostly like punk rock, acoustic punk rock. I was really big into like Dashboard, Everclear, a part of like, the early emo movement, I guess.
Okay.
And then hip hop, what I'm essentially doing now, I guess a form of hip hop, Suntero was created in 2019.
In 19? So
2019.
during COVID?
Yeah,
Just
during
before.
COVID.
Or before COVID, I guess.
A little
before.
bit. The idea was before COVID. But,
The idea was okay.
Suntero really didn't happen until so personal. My mom passed away in 2018 in January.
Okay.
And it was shortly after that I heard Lil Peep, and I was like, "Who the fuck's Lil Peep?"
Goth rock, or what is that?
Yeah.
Rock bitch or whatever. I forgot. Goth
Is it?
kids or something.
Yeah,
Some weird
DBC.
shit. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. Yeah, yeah.
And so I just got super connected to that, and obviously Peep died a few months earlier.
True.
And it was just kind of like this healing thing that helped me. His music like really got me through some shit. And so listening to a lot of that stuff, I got, I dabbled into a little bit like Juice WRLD and a little bit more of like the emo rap.
Okay. Yeah. SoundCloud.
Yeah,
rap.
SoundCloud.
To a degree,
I
yeah.
took my punk rock roots and kind of meshed it again with what I was listening to. Like,
And
Lil
you're
Peep,
developing
Juice
your
WRLD,
sound?
yeah.
Okay.
And I was I'm really big into Mac Miller, so there's a lot of like different sounds with Suntero. So you'll have like a Little Peep type song, you'll have a Juice WRLD type song, you have like a Mac Miller type song, and then you'll just have a song that just has like a bunch of different genres in it.
So you were really big into the stage with all these rappers, because all of them have sadly passed. But like you're into those, because I know. How can I answer this? Like, to go into that, what's your favorite Mac Miller album?
Movies.
Movies?
Yeah. Swimming.
Oh, swimming. Yeah.
Good
yeah,
AM.
yeah.
A lot
'Cause
of
those-
tapes. I mean,
Yeah.
fuck.
I'm gonna sound like the biggest hater when I say this.
Oh boy.
and I don't mean anything by it. I've never really saw like the hype over Mac Miller. Don't get me wrong, he's dope. But I've never like seen like people was like, "Yo, this is one of the greatest people that ever walked the earth." I've never seen what about him made or him, his music, whatever, made you just like, "Yo, this is the guy."
So I started listening to Mac when I was like 24. I was like still in college, and I was like, who is this crazy white dude that's like just doing these rhymes? Like his just whole persona was like it was different. Yeah. And I don't know what it is, but man, it's something that hits the soul. At least with Mac, I don't know when that started happening, but the more and more I started to listen to him, it just kind of I feel like you just kind of follow his path.
Yeah, well, that's why I asked that question. What was your favorite project? Because so many people that I've asked that to, they're like, "Oh, Circles." Like a lot of people say Circles, like his last album, but it's like when you can always tell like if they're real fans or if they're just coming across Mac Miller at the time, but like off of what their favorite album of his is. Because if you're like, people ask me, they're like, "Well, what's your favorite Mac album?" I'm like, "Kids." It's his debut mixtape or whatever. But like, cause you listen to it all, and it's like he's just a young ass kid, and he's like, yeah, bro. He's like, I went from Easy Mac to now I'm Mac Miller, and now he's like,
raps, yeah.
yeah, and he's like, bro, he's like, thumbs up for Crick incredibly dope shit. Like he was just like a kid that was just trying to live. Like, I got plaid shorts and I got fucking snapbacks on and shit. Fuck it, that's just me, and I got tattoo every now and then. But the thing is, like, when he grew up and he grew into like him being himself, he lost himself completely. Through swimming and through, I mean, you could literally listen to my favorite song from him is 2009. Because when you listen to it, you're like, damn, this dude literally lost himself like completely. And so that's when he started to dive deep into the drugs, and then obviously his passing. But the thing is like, I don't know. Mac Miller was always dope as hell to me, but like I didn't like him at the time because he was signed with Wiz, and I was like, oh, okay, you're just a weed rapper. I don't want to listen to no weed rapper, because it's like whatever. But
He definitely got thrown into that classification.
yeah, but then he changed it though, because like the more and more I listen to him, because it's like I have two great Mac Miller songs, and it's Good Evening and 2009. And the reason why I say both of those is because Good Evening is just like a cool little like, hey, dope shit, like my, whatever, I'm just talking my shit. And then 2009 is like the real like, hey, I'm going through my depression. Why can't life be like it was in 2009 where I just got signed and all that stuff. Right. So I mean, that's that. I mean, and then just like you said with Juice WRLD's music, like I didn't get to listen to him until he passed, and then now I'm listening to all of his stuff, and I'm like, this is crazy. Like I watched his documentary on HBO Max. That stuff was nuts.
I dove a little bit into Juice, and I was like, yo. So his singles would come out, and I'm like, yo, this dude's like on top of the world. What the fuck? So then the album drops, and I'm like, yo, who the fuck is this kid? And it makes you want to dive a little bit deeper. And like I said, I wasn't the biggest Mac Miller fan, so I'm sure that's how it was for him as well. Because you can throw them all in the same type of classification of hip hop. In a way.
Here's the thing. I didn't know Peep when he was around.
Right.
I didn't know Juice when he was around. I didn't really know X when he was around. But I saw Mac as that kid. And as I grew, his albums grew. Like his everything.
You grew with him.
Yeah, I grew with him. And so
100%.
like his death, like it was, and again, this is all within a year. So Peep died. I found out about that. My mom passed. And then Mac died. And that is what just like, I don't know, it was just like a giant, like a stab wound or something. Like,
that's how I felt like when Paul Walker died. Like because like you grew up with him from like your Fast and Furious, and then you're like, okay, you see this guy growing up, and then all of a sudden it's like, boom, he's gone. It's like, huh? It's like, wait a minute, you felt like you knew the dude, and the same thing with Mac.
Yeah.
I was so mad. I had a chance to meet Mac, and I didn't do it.
Music is really, people lose their mind when an artist dies, especially if they're like a huge fan of them, because whatever they're going through sometimes is exactly what you're going through. even if it's not like you went through it until you relate, and so seeing their progression and their growth, and then it just suddenly stops. It's like, bro, fuck, I made it out. Why the fuck you ain't making it? Like, I don't know if you get angry at it or you just like. It's hard to swallow because you see yourself in it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, damn, was I supposed to die then, or was I supposed to go to jail, or was I supposed to do this? You know what I'm saying? It's kind of fucked up, but you know.
Well, when you watch like the Juice World thing, like you see like the people around him is what really killed him. You know, because like,
yeah.
Well, right, and same thing honestly with Mac. Mac died because he went and bought some stuff from I think it was a prostitute or something, or like a. I don't know, some chick or whatever.
Yeah,
and he got hit with the wrong thing.
Yeah, it was a drug dealer that he knew, and just
it went bad.
Yeah,
you know, it just went bad. You know, but that's why it's like trying to. Speaking back full circle with that though, it's like with those being your influences to the rap. You know, I'm not saying like with that. Is that what it is influenced a lot of your music and your sound?
Yeah,
just through them.
Yeah, and then you know like I said earlier, I came from like a punk rock. Like I mean, so I was making songs like. Fall Out Boy, Taking Back Sunday, Yellow Card.
I do like Fall Out Boy. I
so
do like them.
When I heard Juice, I kind of got that more like it was more like that singy vibe. Like yeah, he was doing a lot of rapping and stuff, but it felt more like the Yellow Card inspiration. I could see that.
Like the Lil Wayne Rebirth album.
Yeah,
where he's like da 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 da.
I love that album.
See, I do too. I like it. It's a good album. I do too. And that's kind of I think that's where he kind of birthed a lot of those rappers. You know, to be like their own style and whatnot with Juice WRLD and I don't know, man. Juice WRLD was so ahead of his time. Like,
I feel like too. I feel like when they died, a lot of that music died.
Oh, definitely.
Because you don't. There's
most definitely.
There's not really. There isn't another artist like Pete.
Lucy Vert. He's the last.
He's the last of the SoundCloud. I mean, Trippie Redd.
I mean, you could throw Trippie in there.
But the ones that hit on like a spiritual level, like there's no one doing that anymore.
No, but that died with Juice WRLD.
Yeah, he was the last. That was the last.
Juice WRLD will make you feel every type of pain in the world.
When that song he did with Halsey,
Hate Me.
No, what is it? It's Halsey's song.
Hate Me. That's a different record with that one. What's that girl?
Lose with or leave without you or be without you.
Lana Del Rey?
No, it was with Halsey. Whatever the fuck it was. I was going through a breakup at that time, and I was like, man, fuck this bitch. And then this song came out, and I was like, God damn, I miss her. I was like, bro, and every time this motherfucker was on the radio all the time. I'm like, I'm at work, they got the radio playing, and I'm just sitting here like. I'm gonna call her. Fuck it. And I'm over here like, nope, I can't call her.
Juice made me do it.
Oh man, it was, bro. I didn't never think that something like that could inspire me to do that or make me feel a certain way. And that's when I realized that music actually does make you feel something.
Yeah,
music takes you through a trip, man. And I think that's why, like, I mean, I love what I do now. Like, not even being like. Manager, podcast, or whatever the hell I do, I'm always connected to music. Cause like, well, like you said in the last episode, you know, there's like, hey, that one song by what Michael Jackson or Prince was it talking about having sex with her or something?
It's Michael Jackson. Don't disrespect.
That's beer. Yeah. I'm drinking beer in a minute.
Yeah, what you want two, but yeah, like that. All their songs, like I mean, Eminem does the same thing. Eminem makes you feel all types of different ways. And I think that's why a lot of people relate to him so much and why he's still an impact today. And speaking about that, did y'all watch the Lil Wayne Hot Boys reunion?
No.
I saw something about that.
I'm not going to lie to you. It further proves why Kendrick Lamar should be rapping at the Super Bowl.
Why he should?
Yes, because Lil Wayne can't perform worth a shit.
He's never really been a big performer though.
I love Lil Wayne though.
He's never really been that good of a
bro. He's fucking Weezy, baby.
You got to think though. No. Everybody knows every song word for word, so he really doesn't have to do much.
Bro, this dude.
He's fucking Wayne.
Bro, this dude. Pop that song. He was like, pop that. He's like, pop that. It's like, what are
He's
you?
kind of like a Little John now. He's just up there doing his thing. Like,
No, he's not. No, he can't be Little John.
He can't be
he's
Lil
never
Jon,
really,
but he's like
when he
that type
was
of
when
thing.
he was with the Hot Boys and he first, like, I'll say the Carter 1 into the Carter 2, he could actually like perform shit and everybody was like, yo, Wayne's the hottest thing. Then you get into the Carter 3 and all the mixtapes and all that shit and forward, that's when he just became this
Right.
wannabe rock star.
Yeah, but
whatever the fuck, and
you're not going to see him perform though.
he sucks at it.
What? Then why the fuck does he need to be on a Super Bowl?
I don't think he
He's
does.
from there, right? New Orleans. Is that
Who cares?
Bring Juvenile.
Fuck that. Put Master P on there
No,
and we good.
Juvenile.
Hell
Bring Juvenile.
Yeah, make him say at the Super Bowl. Bitches, you bout it. God damn.
Man, no, you need to bring Juvenile.
limits.
And all you have to do is just play back that ass up and then walk off. You don't even have to say nothing else. You just watch the whole entire stands, every girl, every fucking person just backing that ass up. That's it. And all you have to do is just bring Lil Wayne out and just be like wobbly wobble. And then just that's it.
His worst verse ever, but it's so lit.
It's so lit.
They should just have them all perform. Fuck.
I mean, they should. But I mean, I think Kendrick's gonna be like he is the performer. When he performs, he performs. He puts a show
He's
on.
fucking awesome.
You know, so
His conference that he did on Amazon a few months back was an actual.
that was a shutdown for. I don't know. That's just one of the times to be alive. Like,
Yeah,
you're just there.
that shit was wild.
Because I mean, even though I watched the Hot Boys reunion, and I was like, this is cool, but I can't understand a word BG saying. Like, he's like, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, what?
He's hard to understand anyway.
Yeah, you really couldn't understand BG anyway.
No, you can when he
off the
when he be
voice,
really
you can't
rapping, but
understand.
like sometimes I'm like, this dude literally sound like a little baby. But the thing is like with that, I was like, yeah, that's not really a performer. So I don't know. Like we got off topic again. But going off of that, man. So with all those inspirations and stuff like that, who do you like to work with in the city?
Well, I mean, my main guy that I work with is he goes by Teague now, but he used to go by Dead Idol, so he's the guy that makes most of my music.
Okay.
Honestly, anyone, you know, I'm all about the love.
Who's on Suntero's radar?
What do you mean? Like,
To work with, collab with.
I mean, honestly, I've been doing a lot of collabs with him. Talked about working with Blacklight. I really don't. I would love to work with Mac Lethal someday.
Mac Lethal, okay.
Yeah, I would love to work with Mac Lethal someday.
Mr. Jiu-Jitsu himself.
Yeah.
That dude is crazy.
Off air, we were talking about how you do some shows and setting them up and whatnot. Let me see where I was trying to go with this. Your performance. How do you set up your performances as far as like what to go perform at? You know what I'm saying? Because you don't have like the traditional hip hop sound, because you bring in that punk rock and the emo or whatever. You bring that into your music. So how do you like decipher where to go perform or what to perform?
And honestly, it's anytime I can get a show and I can get my time on there, I will pick the best songs that I know that I can perform, that I can bring the most amount of energy, whether it's like a full-on hip-hop track, whether it's like a combination of like punk rock and hip-hop. I just like to give people something to be like, what the fuck did I just watch? Because I go all out. Like I go pretty balls to the walls. And so, you know, when the shows that I have been playing, they're all just, you know, amazing artists, you know, they're all just, you know, flowing, doing their thing. You have me running around like a little Mexican jumping bean, just fucking going crazy. Like,
Going off.
just really getting into it. So yeah, to answer your question.
So I want to ask you something, man. I see you're tatted up, man. What is all this, man? I see the dragon and whatnot. I see.
So I got a sea dragon. I got a ship.
Pirates of the Caribbean-ish.
Yeah, I got my compass. I got my koi. I got my sea angel, my mom. I got my sparrow. It's funny because all of these tattoos, I had something right here. I had something right here. And I got this blacked out. And the only reason why I started on my sleeve because I was covering up something. And so I said, well, fuck, if I'm gonna have tattoos on me, I'm gonna make sure that it's some beautiful work.
Yeah, beautiful art
And
for sure.
it's kind of like the transition, like you from the koi to the dragon. I remember getting this when I was like 28. I was like, like the Saturn's return, like figuring out who I really was. And
You got that when you were 28?
I got this part when I was 28.
Man, hold on one second. How old are you?
I'm about to be 38.
About to be 38?
Yeah.
I'm about to be 35. Wait a minute, about to be. So when's your birthday?
December 10th.
Oh, damn. Mine's November 28th. Oh, okay. That's not good. Wait, are you? You're not a Sag, are you?
Yeah.
You are?
Yeah.
Goddamn. Hey, shout out to the Sagittariuses out there. Cheers to that. I'm going to drink to that. My Dr. Pepper, but.
I don't know nothing about that shit.
What do you mean you don't know nothing
I
about
don't
it?
know nothing about that shit.
You need to look into it.
Nah, I'm out.
This is why you're single.
But probably, but I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. Don't give a goddamn about none of it.
So you got the tattoos and stuff like that. So like, what I was thinking is like a lot of this stuff is probably thoughts that obviously went through your head and whatnot. So that's probably what your vibe is throughout music, right?
Oh, yeah.
I see the artwork. Shout out to your girl that get that done. That shit was dope. I like it a lot.
Shout out to Nurse.
Shout out to Nurse. But so tell us a little bit about this project, man.
So this project right here, this is just kind of a combination of a lot of my rock tracks. There is some hip hop in this. And it was actually a gift. So Josie's the one that actually got it all set up for me, and she picked some of my best rock songs, some of my best hip hop tracks.
Oh, it's a collab.
It's a collab, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it's like a best of the best, greatest hits of Suntero.
Oh,
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, you need.
I got a lot of music.
You need to press some of those up, man. And
Hell yeah.
yeah.
hey, listen. You want to make a quick buck real quick? If that's the best of the best, definitely release
And
it.
sign every single one of them.
I can do that.
That would be dope, man.
Oh, we can't be giving out this free game on air.
No, for real though. So I mean, what speaking on shows or whatever, but like, what do you got coming up? I know we spoke off air, but like, go ahead and link the people with it now.
So I got something coming up, Westport Bowery.
Okay.
It's 18 and plus.
What's the date?
And November 16th.
November 16th. Okay.
Yeah. I get 15 minutes, and I'm going balls to walls.
All right. Hey, I got a girl coming to town that day. I might have to make my way.
There you go.
Question for you, man.
Yes.
You said that you pick whatever songs you can perform the best and whatnot. How far back do you dig into your crate, man? Like, do you do your early stuff, or are you strictly into your hip hop mode, or are you gonna pull out some rock stuff, or?
So the last thing I did at Replay, I pulled out. So I just re-released a track. It's one of my punk rock tracks. It's called Now Versus Never, and it's a full band track. And obviously, I don't have a band, but I went up there, and you would have never known that I didn't have a band.
Okay.
But I will dive down deep, or I will keep it more up to date. So I release about a song a month.
Okay.
So I try to at least get that song in. But usually within like a 3-month period, whatever tracks I put out in that 3 months, I'll take the best, or I take those tracks that I've done, I'll do all those, and then I'll maybe dive back and snag an old one, just to have some fun with it.
How many songs do you think you have, man?
Oh my God, I have a lot of music. My Spotify is, I started Suntero in 2019. I have like 6 mixtapes, bunch like 7 EPs.
Oh wow.
Singles, literally. I put out 10 songs this year alone. So I'm constantly dropping music.
Constantly dropping music?
I got one coming up. I got one that's going to come up at the beginning of this year. We're going back and taking some of the songs that were like original songs, and the thing about my producer is he gets better and better. So something that we did in 2019, he'll pick it up and listen to it and be like, oh my God.
We gotta re-record this.
What was I
shit,
doing? And not even necessarily re-record it. It's like he's just so much of a better producer now than he was then.
Yeah.
So he'll go back, we'll retweak things.
Remix it, remaster it, all that.
Yeah. So I put out a track October 9th called Reverie, and I had originally released it on a EP back in 2022, and a part of the EP, like the thing with hard with releasing like albums and stuff is,
Right.
most people only pay attention to like the first or two tracks.
Yep.
So I felt like this song definitely needed the attention. It needed to get more recognition. So we went back and we spiced it up. I added an entire second verse to it, entire like second post chorus to it. Spent about a month on it and re-released it, and it's night and day difference from 2020.
So let me ask you this real quick, because there's an artist that came through the pod earlier in the year, but he just dropped like a concept album where you have to like really focus in on each song, and then it changes throughout the middle of it. Have you ever done one of those, or do you maybe have thoughts of doing something like that?
Yeah, I have. I mean, I did something for my mom.
Okay.
It was kind of like a 5-track EP, and it was just kind of just like the different stages of grief and just like where I was, and kind of like one's like a happy song, one's a super sad song, one's like a rap song, and then like, so stuff like that. But I really haven't been concentrating on like
Albums
EPs,
and stuff like
albums.
that?
It's all just about singles.
Yeah.
Like,
Makes
whatever
sense, then, yeah.
whatever vibe I'm in that month or that that time period.
Makes sense, yeah. Because that's what I was saying. Like even off the air, we were talking about, like albums EPs really aren't really the way to go anymore. It's really about singles.
It's sad because it never used to be that way.
Well, yeah, what was it today? Even at work, when I was speaking to some people at work, I was like, you guys never lived. They're young kids and whatnot, but I was like, you guys never lived in the time of like buying an album. Like I played them a song off of No Ceilings, and they're like, this song is terrible. And I'm like, how is this?
Lil Wayne No Ceilings?
Yeah. And they said it was terrible.
Amazing.
And they're like, we would rather listen to, it was Swag Surfing.
What?
Yes.
That's like
That's weird, bro.
yeah.
Yeah, you would say that, but these kids are like, I'd rather listen to the regular song.
Yeah.
There ain't no such thing as it. Yeah.
That was a huge mixtape.
Yeah, but I was playing them even songs after No Ceilings, like in the mixtape or whatever, and they're like, I'd rather just listen. They're like, but that's what I'm saying. Like with these kids today, they don't know what a mixtape is. They're like,
Mixtapes are really hard, especially if the original song is huge.
it wasn't like that though.
It wasn't, but nowadays, let Swag Surfing come out right now and Wayne do his version of
nobody
it.
would care.
He'd get washed because of how big that original song was, and then him being who he is now. It would be all fucked up.
Yeah, it would. Yeah.
Mixtapes are super fucking hard to do.
When I do a mixtape, I usually don't ever pull from a big song. Like I'll find a track. I'll find something that's original to me.
Yeah.
I haven't ever done that.
That's what my friend Nesto did. I remember he did a few tracks that I was listening to, and I was like, dude, this song's dope. And he's like, it's by Plies. And I'm like, no, it's what? And I had to go like search it or whatever. And I'm like, oh, but he made it kind of his track with like but I never knew what the tracks were. So, I mean, I do get that point with like trying to do original song, but like not like what is the main song right now? Like probably a Drake song or something. I don't even know what's
Couldn't tell
popular
you.
right now. I couldn't. Shabuzi. I guess it's like doing a Shabuzi record or like a Jelly Roll, I guess.
Not
So-
like us.
Well, not like us.
No, I mean
It still gets played. It still gets played.
There are people I've heard some like freestyles over that. Dead. The mixtapes are dead. Like when you can't
It
do
really
it.
is. I mean, because like even with these kids, like today, they like when I was telling them today, they're like SoundCloud. I'm like, no, SoundCloud. I'm like, do you know what DatPiff is? And they're like, what's DatPiff? I'm like, oh my god, they didn't know what DatPiff was. But that's how much times have changed.
Oh yeah.
So it's hard to really hit now. With you releasing these singles, now you said you had one coming up soon,
Yeah.
and then you also had one in the beginning of the year, right? You're going to. Now, are these having videos with them?
They will. Yeah. I mean,
will?
they'll at least
Okay.
still have content with them.
Okay.
I don't really spend much time making music videos as I have in the past.
Why is that?
Just cause it just doesn't get the attention that I want it to get. I mean, it'll get its views, but I feel like I can make more music videos out of one song with like 30 different places, and like, I mean, if I had it my way, I would be making music videos all the time.
100%, yeah.
I mean, I would, not, like take it back when I first started, when albums were something, EPs
Right.
actually meant something, I would be doing it that way. I would be making a music video for every single song that I put out.
You can sell it and then you can make that money right back quick.
Yeah.
But it is harder right now with like YouTube and the algorithms of things.
Yeah. So I'm just all about making just as many music videos as I can out of a 30-second part of the song.
Like the TikTok
That's,
route.
yeah, that's pretty smart.
Yeah, I
honestly.
mean, as much
can't
as
get with TikTok.
I don't like TikTok. I don't like any of it. And I know we were speaking off air about this, but like it's just kind of it's what you have to do.
Yeah, it is what you have to do. It sucks, but that's why like I'm always onto him or like Danny Slab in the back. I'm like, hey, I mean like his page and whatnot, like it's too stagnant. You know, like I've asked. He's not here right now, but like I was like, hey, I was like, do you follow such and such? And he's like, no. I was like, why? He's like, because he never posts. And I'm like, you should at least follow him, you know. But he's like, he doesn't post, you know. I was like, okay, well, I guess that doesn't mean, you know. But that's what I'm saying. Like with these certain rappers, not rappers. I'm gonna say anybody at this point. Like they don't post enough for the algorithm to pop up, you know. And our last episode, I was talking to a gentleman, and I was like, he had a. I'm trying to remember how many posts he had like on his Instagram, but I was like, you're posting way too much. You know, you went from having like 60 likes and stuff like that to now like your posts have like 2 likes. So like it's being, and everyone will laugh probably, but like the algorithm, you're oversaturating it. And what I always tried, what I've told everybody, I'm like, hey, clean that up and then drop one, and then watch everybody tune into it, because then it'll make, you know, like me, if I followed you or whatever like that, it would pop up immediately, be like, oh, phew, you know,
Yeah.
even though like you could post 30 times in a week, and like I'd be like, all right, and it would be lost. You know, I'd be looking at Drake's post or whatever like that. You know, so it's different right now. Like that's the way you have to manipulate the game. Like right now, if Kendrick Lamar dropped, everybody would know, because his Instagram probably has what, maybe 2-3 posts on it. And it's crazy how it went from like now it's 3 posts to like now certain people have over 1,000 posts, and it's like you never see it. But if they drop that once, then it's like, oh, there it is. You know, but it's crazy.
Yeah. It's like, fuck, man. Yeah, dude. I mean, I know.
It's crazy, but I mean, if you don't like social media, it's like that's just the way we live in now. Everybody wants social
Yeah, I
media.
mean, I try to have as much fun with it as I possibly can.
There was a guest we had on there. He said, if you the one thing you should be looking for in your team, in your group of people that's helping you push, is a social media manager, because that's the way to go. That's the only way to really
Pop
get
off.
seen out here. You know what I'm saying? Some dude in freaking Germany is gonna be like, "Yo, this is the greatest dude ever," and little do you know, he has a booming ass record label. He's like, "I gotta sign this dude," or his cousin knows. You know what I'm saying? Like social media is the only way to really pop off like that, unless you're on the grind, unless you're
Unless you're
on
already
the road.
established, yeah. Unless
But
you're.
I mean, if you're not on the road, getting in front of everybody and getting known, the only other way.
Yep.
So here's a question, real quick. We do this with everybody on the podcast, man. But I know you spoke about you kind of being all around with music. So we do a Mount Rushmore. So give me your Mount Rushmore of, I'm gonna just say musicians, because it can be anybody. You can throw rap in there. You can throw rock. You can throw country, whatever your forte is. You know, you could elaborate on it, but you got to pick what 4 is it? Mount Rushmore 4.
Cobain,
Oh, Nirvana.
Pac.
Oh, it's getting interesting.
Maybe besides, I've already talked about Juice and I already talked about Peep and Mac,
Right.
so let's they're on a different island or a different
Yep.
mountain. Man, that's hard. That's I'm a big Everclear guy. I'm a big Everclear guy. So
I gotta educate myself on that. I don't know. Who that
they're
is,
a
but-
big band in the '90s.
Okay. Okay.
Our dog Zalkus. I would say he would probably be up there as far as like inspirations. Prince.
Wow.
That's a crazy line.
What about Kirk has him up on your list so high? Like, because his body of work was so limited because of his
Yeah.
passing. You know, like
Well, I mean, it was limited to, I guess, the mainstream.
right.
But he has so much material, like so much unreleased Nirvana music that came out. Like, and I was like, I don't know what, like 9 when he passed, and I
think
I
all
got
of us were
yeah,
young,
and I got
yeah.
big into him. But it's like, so Cobain has been like this figure in my life, that's kind of just always stuck with me, like as.
His music was timeless. Nirvana.
It's
is
crazy
crazy.
how
Yeah.
it's crazy. He'll never die.
Yeah,
Like he will never die.
No.
It's awesome to see that. Because there's artists out here, they die and they're forgotten. Like
yeah,
it'll Nirvana.
yeah. Cobain is that.
I mean, they're
It's also how
they're
he died
on
too, though.
what was that show on MTV that they did? Is it on Unhooked or something? What was it?
Unplugged?
Unplugged.
Yeah.
Their Unplugged episode. I was like, yo, this shit's gonna live forever. As long as MTV is a thing and the internet's a thing,
Yeah.
people are gonna watch that shit. It's gonna be crazy.
Yeah.
And then you got Dave Grohl, who started the Foo Fighters over there. In damn near every show, he does some type of Nirvana shit. It's like they'll never die.
Chester, by the way, I was thinking about that too.
Linkin Park.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Fuck yeah.
I'm not even that big of a.
hold on,
I'm not even that big of a Linkin Park guy, but
What do you think about the new Linkin Park?
I liked them. I liked them
know-
when they were Hybrid Theory before they were even Linkin Park.
Linkin Park is the shit.
for what it is, I think it's an awesome thing. I understand that there's a lot of a lot of different opinions.
A lot of
Oh, I mean, way a lot of different opinions. But if someone was like, dude, we're gonna go see Linkin Park tonight, and there's a chick singer, it's the new singer, or whatever. I just couldn't like that energy. I'm just
I
being in
agree
there,
with you, man.
like hearing faint, like I can close my eyes and it's Chester up there. You know what I mean? Like it's.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like the way he did any record, dude, is just off of the freaking wall. Like that dude. That's why I don't like them rebranding to an extent. It was like when I'm gonna throw you.
It's like a catch-22.
Well, it was when Hollywood Undead tried to replace Deuce, and it never worked out. And they're like, "Oh, we're still making records."
A lot of
Like,
people, a lot of bands. I've never understood that. A lot of bands. Only band in history that I understand the complete rebrand is Leonard Skinner, and that's because damn near everybody died in the plane crash. Like 2 people didn't die, so they had to rebrand.
Right.
But so their music wasn't. They only had one album as the original group. Then they had to redo something new. But it's something like when Kurt Cobain dies or Chester dies. You can't. They had so much music out there
It's
that
a lead singer of
anything
a
new
band.
is gonna be kind of.
That's why it's like a. I mean, so I've been listening to some of the new stuff with the singer, and I'm like, this is fucking rocking, Like I do like it, but
she's
it's
not bad.
Yeah, it's obvious. It's never gonna be obvious. It's like you
It's
can't.
just not, man. He controlled so much substance, and like I don't know, man. When you listen to him, he was actually. I'm not rapping, but like he would rock whatever you want to. He was singing his life.
Dude,
Like,
Yeah, there was
bro,
something.
Breaking
when
the
he-
Habit was
when he
legitimately
died.
his-
No, when he died, they had just released an album.
One More Light, or
What was it? It was like the album that they released right before he died. It was maybe like 2 or 3 months before he died.
yeah,
And I listened to it like, damn, this shit's hard. He died. I was like, let me go back and listen to this shit. This motherfucker was crying for help. Like,
Yeah.
literally, every song was like, I'm gonna kill myself. I don't know what to do anymore. Yada yada
I'm
yada.
losing control. All that
Yeah,
shit,
it was. I was like, bro, what the fuck? And then
It's crazy.
I
how
mean,
everybody was
you gotta.
listening
I
to
mean, you
nobody
gotta
else.
keep going because I mean, they're way past their prime. But I mean, like you said, Linkin Park show is gonna fill up. So they gotta keep going. But how do you replace something like that?
I feel like it's not really even about replacing. It's more
Continuing
just
his legacy.
Yeah, and like I feel like now that there's a whole group of. I mean, because I was 13, 14 when Hybrid.
you're right.
So
Damn.
like all of these kids now, like
Don't
assuming
even know who Chester really is.
yeah,
man.
assuming that they have older sisters, parents, and
Right.
like, hey, this is Linkin Park. Oh, I like this person. I like this band. Oh, well, you should check out their older albums. And then it's like, oh,
That
who
is
the
kind of true because the thing is, I saw, was it a podcast or something? But they were speaking on like how rappers, it's a young game, and they're like, all right, that guy's a has been, that guy's a has been.
Yeah.
But with rock and country, all that stuff like that, like they just continuously just grow. They don't ever fade
Because
out.
it's a different game. It's
Right.
a completely different
So
game.
that goes back to Suntero's point of it, like, nobody. I mean, I'm not gonna say nobody, but like these younger generations may not know who Chester is, and like you could play.
Man, we grew up with this dude.
Yeah, you could play Numb, and they're like, "That's not good." It's like, what do you mean that's not good?
Motherfucker, I will fight you. Like, what are you talking about?
Right, but that's what I'm saying. These kids, they're like, I don't like that. Or Breaking the Habit, they're like, that's cool. It's a different sound, too. So it's like now with these kids now, they're like, dude, like this is the next level, and it's like it's Linkin Park. It's like, no, it isn't. To me or you, it's like, or to you, it's like Chester. It's like, yeah, but these new kids, my son growing up, your son growing up, they're gonna be like, this is Linkin Park, Dad. It's like, this is not.
Like, what the fuck is this shit? Like, let me show you some Linkin Park real quick.
But it goes back to kind of the same thing with hip hop, where it's like, hey, like all the ladies out there, but it's like,
I wonder why that is, because you could put on some LL Cool J right now, and everybody's like, "Bro, turn this old shit off." And then if he drops a song right now, like, don't nobody want to listen to LL Cool J anymore. But you do something like that, it's like, oh my god, I gotta go get this album. Like, why is that?
Because it's different sounds. Like hip hop is all about being young, and it's like that's where hip hop.
I mean, don't say that because I'm only getting older. So.
Yeah, so am I. But the thing is like, but you could be an Eminem, or you could be a Dr. Dre, you could be a Jay-Z or a Lil Wayne, and still be pioneers within the game. Because your sound consistently evolves. Like for an example, Snoop Dogg, he's dropped how many albums? Too many. But guess what? I bet you this new album that he's dropping, the 13th, Missionary, is going to be freaking crazy dope. You know why? Yes. And that first single that he has, as soon as it comes on, every OG of Snoop Dogg listens to that record, and that record is Dr. Dre. Like, it's timeless. He knows sound, and he put Kendrick on. He put every person that Dre put his stamp on has stayed consistent of time. Name one.
In music,
That Dre has put on?
yeah.
Dr. Dre, yes.
In music, 50 isn't consistent in music.
Get the fuck out of here. This is... No.
50
50 Cent drops tomorrow. No one's going to be listening to it.
I didn't say that. That's not what I said.
What is he saying there? I don't know what is he saying.
50 didn't. He stopped music for a while. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he drops a single here or there. He has a little tape here or there, but he didn't fucking keep it moving like that. The Game, his first 3 albums, yeah, everybody was checking for him. After that, it was kind of.
He was the king of the West Coast, but yeah.
Yeah, but you had to be a Game fan to really check for it. You weren't just listening to that shit.
But he oversaturated himself. So like 50 Cent, when he drops again, wherever he does, people are gonna listen to it.
Yeah, you're gonna listen to it and hear what the fuck you gotta tell you. The motherfucker's a troll now, but like everyone's gonna listen to it.
Bro.
I'm not saying he can't rap. I'm just saying you said everyone's consistent. I'm like,
everyone he has though. It's the same thing with Jay-Z. Every artist that Jay-Z's put on. But that's there. So because we can go on this conversation forever. So this is another thing that we ask out of the podcast as we round this up a little bit. But who would you want to get on the podcast? And with saying that, you got to help us get them.
Who would I want to get on the podcast?
Mm-hmm. You got to know somebody. You got to throw us an assist. But you got to...
I mean, I feel like the guy that helps me make all my music.
Who's that?
His name's Teague.
Teeth?
Teague.
Oh, Teague. My fault. My apologies.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah, we can try to...
we haven't had a producer on here.
I've been wanting to get some producers on here.
Yeah, we do need a producer. Yeah, shit.
I mean, he's a producer. He's an artist. I mean, he makes his own.
Well, if he's all around, man, I say bring him on.
Yeah.
Now you got to help us get him. That's easy. Easy peasy.
Hey, motherfucker, pull up. Shit. Why you ain't here right now?
What are you doing? All right. So with that being said, we're gonna round it up or whatever. But like, tell the viewers, tell the people where they can find your music, where they can find you at. Obviously, we plugged in your show that's coming up the 16th of November. But tell the people where they can find you social media wise. Plug yourself in.
I mean, you can find me on Instagram, Suntero Music. You can find me on Spotify, Suntero, Suntero. You can find me on YouTube. I got tons of material. I got a couple music videos. I usually drop about a song a month, and I'm gonna continue that.
All right.
I don't know about an album. Maybe if I get a little bit more push behind me and I get a little bit more call for it. But until then, it's just gonna be a different sound, a different song every month. You'll get every one of my influences from Peep, from Cobain, from Juice. I'll even have some like Pac in there. I mean, it's all around. Suntero is definitely it's a combination of sounds.
Are you gonna do a Suntero Sundays?
I might. Yeah. Suntero Sundays.
Suntero Sundays, man.
Suntero Sundays. Yeah.
All right, y'all. Well, there you go. There y'all have it. This is our guest, Suntero. You got DJ Royal. You got Snow. You got SlaboArts in the back. This is another episode of What They Want Podcast, brought to you by Dialectic Media Group. I hope I said that right this time.
SlaboArts.com in tandem with Anoia Productions.
There
Thank
we
you very
go.
much for tuning in. We appreciate y'all.
All right, till next time.
Till next time.